Sportscast Sports Talk 101 on digital radio, on the app, on your smart speaker, on Twitter, YouTube, Twitch.tv, and Facebook. Sportscast Sports Talk 101.
Discuss, debate, entertain, and loud.
Sportscast Sports Talk 101.
I mean, I should be holding my head in shame because my team we're done.
So let me tell you what I did. Let me tell you what I did,
done.
folks. And I told Vet right before the show. I picked the Rams to win. And you know why? Because if I would have picked the Niners, they would have lost. But my Niners, woo! We beat the world champions' butt. Beat them. Defense, baby. The defense. And shout out to Jimmy G. Shout out to Debo.
Debo is on a
Jeff Wilson. Thank you, brother. Woo!
God, he's on another level.
Oh,
Let's get over to the chat scene, baby. I don't have any of that loaded, but I'm getting a few last minute things. But yes, dude, it was another crazy ass NFL thing that I can't keep up with any of this shit anymore. I'm so lost and so confused. So real quick, we're gonna touch base on our picks real quick, and then get into highlights of what we thought was the better games, what was the shitty game, who was the unexpected upset wins, and all that. But the big thing that dropped, I don't know what time it was, and I don't have the article pulled up. I don't know if you want to, but poor old Tom Brady is Josiah Stream. What's going on? Welcome to our Twitter. Yes. Poor Tom Brady had to go get his divorce attorney. His ex, I guess technically is, it's not ex yet, but do we say estranged? I don't really know how to. His current wife, estranged wife, separated wife. I don't really know how. It's done. It's done. No matter how you want to look at it, they both have attorneys, and so if anybody remember in the sport that follow sports remembers when Jordan got divorced. His ex got a ridiculous, I don't know what it was, $500 million or something where she would never have to raise. She could basically hire someone to spoon feed her everything with a golden fork. That's going to be chump change. That's pocket change compared to what Brady's going to have to shell out for the amount of money for this divorce.
Can we talk about Antonio Brown showing his penis to people in a pool, jumping in the pool where people are trying to swim at in a public place, and tweeting out him hugging on Tom Brady's wife, man? Damn,
what is wrong with him?
Something
there's way more than what they claimed was wrong with him before. I'm pretty sure there's some serious issues.
I seen the video that's out with him in a pool with his junk out, butt in front of a lady's. It's embarrassing, man.
I'm honestly, I'm glad that I didn't watch that scene because that's nobody needs that.
I saw the blur vision where they blurred it, and I seen the unblur vision. I'm just like,
oh damn,
yeah,
Lord Almighty,
yeah, exactly. But
woo,
what a wonderful week of football, folks.
Yes. I'm gonna pull up the NFL website.
A lot of people that had Dish TV and Sling TV was mad.
Oh, they are.
Now, just so you know, Sling did get ESPN back. I don't know about Dish TV, but can you imagine waking up getting ready to see some college football, and you get a big gray blank saying,
"Oh man, I would be so pissed." Luckily, I didn't have to worry about that because I have Hulu with live TV.
Yes, with live TV. Yes.
So I haven't decided if I want to drop the $10 for the sports add-on to have Red Zone. But I may end up doing it. It might be worth it for me because
sometimes you gotta have some Red Zone, man, to celebrate the Washington Commanders touchdowns.
When am I ever going to see that? But the best one, did you see that? Was it? I think it was this past weekend. But was it the double doink? I swear to God, I haven't seen that since watching YouTube highlights of when they would discuss that the last time it happened. And sure enough, we got another double doink.
Yes, we did. Doink, doink.
And it was the craziest one. And I was like, it just kind of veered. It hit the kind of cornerish of the pole. And then went this way, and I thought it was going to fall in. But the way it doinked the second time, it just plopped right out.
That is the worst way to lose a game, folks.
Oh,
let's see.
God, it is.
QB, A-Rod, running back Joe Mixon, and King Henry, Cup, and tight end TG Hansen, Flex, Aaron Jones, Steph, Sing Step, K-Team.
Ooh, you got a lot there. Holy.
Ooh, I like that, man. I don't want to. First of all, Cup is a super stud. Cup's a stud. He's man. I love that him.
Leaguer.
I love that Cup and Debo exchange jerseys and stuff. They got respect for one another. But Cup is
you don't see that.
Cup's
though.
amazing. Cup's amazing.
You don't, you don't see that often.
Real recognize real, dude. Real recognize real. And he got interviewed. He did say, "Hey, Cup's the man."
Yeah. So we will let's pull up our picks first, and then we'll talk. Then we'll go over the games. So we both ended up 10-6, which is fantastic. I thought I was actually going to do worse. I did in our fantasy league. I've given up. I can't win in the fantasy.
Hold on. Can you say who you played?
I played Ray. I played you, and I would have won. But my problem, and my wife called me out on this, is I was like, God damn it, Ray won, and she's like, you second guess yourself? What have I always told you about second guessing?
Sitting on the bench.
Because the three players on my bench had more points. My bench had more points than my regular team. I was like, I just wanted to break my phone, but then I would have had no phone after that because my wife won't let me get a new one. Anywho, let's get back with the sports. So Dolphins at Bengals. Ray went with the Dolphins. I went with the Bengals, and Bengals won that one.
Yeah,
we both got the Vikings Saints. Honestly, I did not expect the Vikings to win that.
We should have lost that though.
Yes, we should have.
But we did.
We should have very easily lost that, but somehow Cousins did some weird shit and made it and won the game.
Right.
Jonathan Taylor's still a top 3 running back.
Hell no.
I think
right now he's not.
No,
right
he's
now
in
he's
a
not. There's something. Him and Zeke, even Henry, are not running like they used to, man. But that's what happens with running backs.
Yeah. We both got the Falcons Browns game wrong. Browns won that one, the Falcons won that. Bills Ravens, we got that right because we both picked the Bills.
Josh Allen MVP, y'all.
I've been saying this since day one, week 1. Do not bet against Josh Allen because after watching him stiff arm somebody and realizing how big he is, I don't want to be trying to take him down. If he's running full steam, I don't want to try to mess with that.
I think he did.
Josiah said, I'm sad. I'm a Ravens fan. Josiah, don't feel bad. I'm a Washington fan. That should make you feel better.
Can I tell you something, man? You hold your head up, man, because Jackson and that team is doing a hell of a job. It's just that it ain't the offense, it's the defense. Because the defense is letting these guys come back.
I've always been kind of critical of Lamar Jackson, and I have turned around because I've watched him get better with the pass. And it was mostly because of the passing game. I always thought he was a one-trick pony with the running game, and that was it. He kind of could throw, but he's gotten better.
He threw a pass, and it bounced off one player, landed in the other player's arm, and the other player got first down. This man is like, Lamar doing his thing. He's doing his thing.
So we both bet Dallas was going to win over Washington. I wasn't stupid to know that wasn't Wentz was going to get pummeled to death, and it just wasn't going to be a win.
Can I say this real quick?
Go.
Dak, sit on the bench for a minute. Just sit on the bench for a minute. Am I wrong for doing that? Am I wrong for doing that?
I said the same thing last week. 4-0. He's 4-0 as a starter. I'm sorry, Dak, but your time has passed. Because and the thing is, there's a lot of people, and I asked Jeff, because, he's the Canadian Cowboys fan and he knows everything about the Cowboys. But I said, if let's say Cooper wins every game going forward until Dak's ready to come back, what happens if you put Dak in and now you guys lose? And then what do you do? Do you bench Dak, or do you just say, well, we got to go with it because we put him back in?
As a coach, as a general manager, you always go with the guy with the hot hand. You go with the guy that's winning. You got to go with the momentum.
We saw that in Miami.
But that's it. Don't get it twisted though. That Dallas defense.
Yes.
That Dallas defense is something else. So.
Oh, that's a good one. Who's a better pocket passer, Lamar Jackson or Jared Goff? Oof. I got to go with Jared Goff on that one. Lamar's more of he'll runner. Sit there, but he's more of a runner, in my opinion. He won't stay.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Jamar's he's been throwing some beautiful balls lately.
Yeah, he's been getting. But he could just be learning and realizing what he needs to adjust to balance the pocket passing and the running.
Reason why Jared is throwing the ball because he's behind. He plays behind.
Yeah. Let's see. So we got that game wrong. The Lions Seahawks game. We both went Lions. Chargers. We got that one right. Titans at the Colts.
Herbert went off, folks.
I unfortunately got the Titans Colts game wrong. I went with the Colts. Ray went with the Titans. We both got the Eagles game correct. Ray went with the Steelers. I went with the Jets. And of course, I was right.
Yeah, well,
we both got the Cardinals.
We put
the Packers,
the rookie in, dude.
And we got the Raiders right. Ray got the Chiefs right, and then we got the last two picks wrong: Bears and the Rams. Yeah. So did y'all know Goff got 11 passing touchdowns? Goff he's a good quarterback. He's just got a shitty team that he's dealing with.
I don't get me wrong. I think Detroit is good, man. They got good running backs. They got St. Brown. They got good receivers.
They do. The problem is
it's playing behind though.
That's it. But it was like that. How many seasons was it like that when Matthew Stafford was there? I hate to say it, but eventually Goff is going to leave that team, and wherever he ends up, he's going to be successful, just like Matthew Stafford was.
I agree with you 100%.
I don't see him going to the Super Bowl unless it's by some miracle, because he's with a star-studded team. But I believe that he will be successful on the next team. It's for whatever reason. It's the Lions. I don't know what the hell the deal is. No matter how good of a quarterback you have, they just can't seem to win. They can put
definitely Jamal Williams is great, but remember though, he does. You also have Swift in there, DeAndre Swift, and I kind of hate running back committees and tandems because it vultures TDs from your player.
Yeah. So looking at last week 4 games, we started off Thursday. Bengals won 27-15. And we saw the whole issue with Tua, which, the thing with that whole situation, and I understand the investigation, all this, and he fired his the neurosurgeon person. He should never have been in that position in the first place. That the team should never have put him in after that last game. He clearly had the concussion, and the fact that he stuck with the stick, that the script that the team gave him to say, because they interviewed him before the game, and I watched it Thursday. He seemed perfectly fine, but they also asked him how he felt, after the injury, and he said, "Well, it was my back and my knee or whatever it was," and it was the same thing that the team said. And obviously, we know it wasn't. There's no freaking way.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
No, the way that he crumpled up with that hit and had no feeling, that clearly was tied to that concussion. But I'm wondering if the Bengals are going to start turning it around like they did last year. I don't know if they can. They're only. It's 2-2. It's still early in the season.
It's early,
they got plenty of time,
but I believe.
They gotta protect
Higgins, Boyd, and Chase. Yes, hell yeah. With Mixon, hell yeah, they can turn it around.
Yeah. Well, and
you all do fantasy. We don't do a fantasy show, but I've been playing fantasy football for over 20 years.
We might look at doing that next season. I don't want to start it now, but we might look at something like that maybe next season on Sports Talk. Yeah, I think they have the potential. I'm concerned for the Dolphins because if Tua's out for an extended period, I don't know. Are they gonna?
Who you got?
Isn't it? Is Teddy right?
Teddy Bridgewater.
And Teddy's good. He's a good quarterback, but I don't know if he's gonna be the guy to. And it seems like every time they had this issue in Miami when Fitzpatrick was there. Tua got injured. Fitzpatrick took over. Fitzpatrick got benched when he had a slump, and it was back and forth. And I'm wondering, are we going to see that again between Bridgewater and Tua?
My thing is this, man. I hope Tua is not injury prone.
That was my concern when he got drafted.
Because we had a wonderful quarterback called Andrew Luck. Kid had it all, everything.
Yeah, he did.
Everything. And it's just when you get these injuries, you shouldn't lie about it, man, because the team and the people don't give a damn. But when you
look at RG3, Washington had a rookie MVP. He was rookie of the year. We had so much potential with him, and I don't blame it on Shanahan. I put that solely on the higher-ups because they're the ones that wanted him back in that playoff game in January, and that is what destroyed his career.
I agree. You got to be an advocate for your mind and your body, folks.
Yeah. The next game was the 8:30 a.m. game. Well, actually, it was probably even earlier for you.
I thought I got up and watched it.
I will say I watched most of it in church. God, I'm sorry, but
I was actually watching. I was watching. I had to get up early to watch Manchester United versus Manchester City. Plus they were playing in England. So I
was in church. I had my checkbook here, and I put my phone like this, and I'm like, my wife's
amen.
Nothing. I did when the Vikings got that win. And literally, luckily they were just finishing, so everybody was excited. Anyways, and I'm like, thank gosh. But dude, that was a close Palomalu or oof.
I can't even pick that because they're two legends.
I don't. Yeah.
Can't do that.
Are we going playing ability or hair? Because if we're going hair, we know that's Palomalu. But no. So the next one, that was a good game, but the Vikings have got to stop like shooting themselves in the foot. It seems week in and every week they do this where they have to find a way to do this like miracle fourth quarter comeback stuff.
But the problem with the Saints got to stop playing play ball. You know, they just losing these games that they should be winning.
And they're 1-3, which is crazy. And the Vikings are 3-1, which is also crazy. So the next step was the Falcons Browns. Falcons won that one 23-20. That was another one that was
I thought Chubb 118 yards and a TD.
I have been a fan of him since he got into the league. He is one tough running back. I wanted to say one tough SOB, but I mean, he pretty much is. He is a hell of a running back for that team. But Jacoby Brissett's another issue that I kind of feel bad for him because no matter what he does, he knows he's getting benched. But I feel the better he does every game, you're basically trying out for the next team you're going to play with. And where he goes, he is definitely starter material.
Right.
And I'm wondering, could you see him go back to the Colts or to the Falcons? Because they both are going to.
Nah, he'll go somewhere else. I don't think they'll take him
back. What's up, buddy? I know he did. And then we had
real quick though. The Falcons, they didn't win because Marcus Mariota. They won because they had Huntley, Patterson, and Algier. 84 yards, 56 yards, 30 yards, touchdown. It was the running game that helped out the Falcons.
Yeah. Oh yeah, hands down. We had the question: who's better this season, Matthew Stafford or Cooper Rush? Right now, I got to go with Rush, just based off the way the season's been so far. I gotta give props to Cooper Rush because I think he is just on a hell of a hot streak, starting it off. I mean the way he's done it so far.
Who's better this season? I mean, Matt Stafford already won the Super Bowl, and I'm gonna already give him his props. But let's give it up for a backup quarterback where everybody laughed, even myself and Vet said Dallas is done. Everybody, even Stephen A. Smith, everybody was laughing at Dallas. They was done.
Yep.
And guess what? He proved our butts wrong, folks.
And not just proved it once; he's proved it each game he's been in.
He can sling that ball around, folks. He can sling that ball around.
Yeah, JJ or Jamar Chase is better. Damn, you got some good ones here, buddy.
You got to do look. Gotta come on when we do a fantasy show.
Yeah,
gotta do a fantasy show.
So, next up, Bills won it over the Ravens, 23-20. They came back, got that field goal in the fourth quarter to win the game. Josh Allen, 19 of 36, 213 yards, a touchdown, an interception. That's not the best performance for him, but he also had 11 carries for 70 yards, rushing and a touchdown.
That's called putting the team on your back, man.
The best thing here is Devin Singletary had 11 carries for 49 yards. So Singletary averaged 4.5 yards per carry. Josh Allen averaged 6.4 yards per carry. He's unstoppable.
And he did a 20 long. His longest run was 20 yards, man.
That was a thing of beauty.
But
you also had Stephon Diggs, 4 catches, 62 yards. Singletary, 4 catches, 47 yards. And Dawson Knox had 40 yards.
Got the touchdown.
But that fumble by Singletary did not help because he lost it. So
yeah.
Thielen, I'll give you that one right off the bat. Thielen. Jordan Poyer had 2 interceptions, and Matt Milano, dude, 11 tackles in that game for the Bills. He led the team. But he had the 2 tackles, 2 assists, and 2 tackles. 2 of them for a loss.
I don't know what he's talking about. Did you just say Thielen is better than Stephon Diggs? Did you just go there?
Yeah, I did.
Did you just go there?
I did.
Come on, man. That's why Diggs left Minnesota, because that's who Cousins was throwing the ball to, was Thielen, and Diggs said, "You know what? I'm out of here." He said all time though. Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs.
I mean, I will say he has proven himself.
And I'm not poo-pooing on Adam Thielen because he's carrying me in 2 of my fantasy leagues. He's a baller, but Stephon Diggs, come on, man. Come on.
The next one that I really don't want, I want to just bypass. But I have to because, it's part of the show. Commanders at Cowboys. Washington got their asses handed to them again. As usual. Doesn't surprise me. This is nothing normal. Nothing new.
It's the Dallas defense.
Their defense, I hate Dallas. Dude. I hate Dallas with passion. I always have. But I have to admit, their defense is unstoppable. They have one of the toughest defenses I've seen. It also doesn't help when we're just punting the ball, and then we finally get a touchdown. But it's always too late.
Right.
We get a touchdown in the second quarter. We're down 12-7. Okay, it's not that bad. Then we allow them, 13 more points. And the NFL is not giving me any stats, probably because it was Washington and Dallas, so they just said, this is not even worth watching, us providing you stats.
Shout out to CeeDee Lamb. Shout out to CeeDee Lamb.
And our offensive line is trash. I don't care for our quarterback. And our defense is not there. I know there's all the talk. Oh, we need to. Ron Rivera needs to be fired, and it's literally nobody that knows what the hell they're talking about. So
Ray Lewis is great, but Lawrence Taylor, come on, dude, come on. You never seen what he did to Joe Theismann's leg? He turned it into a pretzel.
God damn. So now my favorite game the whole week was the one that for the two teams that put up 90 between the two teams they scored 93 points. And that was the Seahawks at the Lions. I don't know the last time I've seen the Lions put up that many points. Come
on, Gino? Can we give it up to Gino? Gino showed up.
Yes, I said Gino. I saw our boss Santiago. I messaged him after that, and I was like, I'm starting to think that Gino is legit at this point because it wasn't a one game fluke. The longer it goes on, he's getting better every game, and that's what's scary. Because
you know who helped me beat you on fantasy football? Rashad Penny, 17 carries, 151 yards, 8.9 average, 2 touchdowns. His longest run was 41 yards. He went off, and so did Metcalf, 149 yards. He went off as well. Oh, and Lockett, 91. I mean, come on, man. The man.
And the thing was, the Seahawks were up 24-15 at halftime, so it wasn't like the Lions were out of it at that point. That was, reasonable halftime score. They could have come back, but then the Seahawks scored 14 points in the third. The Lions only got 8. Then the Seahawks scored another 10 in the fourth. The Lions did come back with 22 points, but it was, too little, too late.
That's the problem. That's the problem with the Lions. Too little, too late. It's always been.
Yeah, Penny had 100. God, Lord, 150. That is unreal because he had 151 yards by himself. Then you had Gino's 7 carries for 49 yards, so you're at 200 yards rushing plus 3 rushing touchdowns. Then you got to add Eskridge in there, so they had 206 yards rushing plus Gino's 320 yards passing and 2 passing touchdowns. That is unreal. Not to mention DK Metcalf literally destroyed everybody. With we're saying who Gino's favorite is, and I'm not sure is it DK Metcalf or Tyler Lockett at this point.
You know what? I call it pick your poison. You can go either one.
Clearly, because DK was targeted 10 times, caught 7 catches for 149 yards. Tyler Lockett was targeted 8 times, caught 6 passes for 91 yards. So. I mean, how do you beat that?
Can we give it up for the tight end, Will Disley? He caught a touchdown.
Yep. Hey, and Noah Fant got a touchdown. I mean,
Noah
it was 2 yards.
Yes, 2 yards. Hey, a TD's a TD.
Yep. Yeah, and I know Tyler Lockett did fumble the ball and lose it, but still, that's okay. Because their defense was there too.
Jamal Williams on Detroit ran for 108 yards, average 5.7. 2 touchdowns. He did a great job. The tight TJ Hawkinson, 179 yards, 2 TDs. His longest pass was an 81 bomb. I mean, he was targeted 12 times. He was balling. Josh Reynolds.
Look at Goff's yards. I mean, he put up almost 400 yards, which is crazy. But I think the best thing that I saw out of that was Jack Fox getting that completion for 6 yards.
I think if there was a fake punt pass, if there was just a little bit more time, I think Detroit, they got hot towards the end. You can't do that.
Yeah, that's what kills them.
Yeah.
I did like the fake punt pass. I haven't seen that since I played Madden.
So this is a good question. Who's better though this season, Cooper Rush or Gino? You know what? I
don't know.
Folks,
Gino's putting up the yards, but Cooper was. You have to go with as an unknown because he's just a backup. Gino was a former starter. He's been a starter before. Cooper Rush has not, and he's just shining. It's kind of like when the Vikings last year, when the Vikings had who the hell was it? When they got rid of before Cousins was there. Right. They had basically a glorified journeyman that took them to the NFC Championship. I'm not saying that Cooper Rush is going to do that, but if you ask Cowboys fans, they're going to say that Yeah,
that was Case Keenum.
But I can guarantee you, Cowboys fans are going to say Cooper Rush is going to lead them, keep getting them wins until Dak comes back, and then they're going to go to the Super Bowl. And my theory is, are they though? Are they, or are they going to start to tank because Dak's back in there and Dak is injury prone?
I give Dak a couple of games. If he plays bad, I'm sorry, but I got to put in. That's what you have to.
It's nothing personal. It's business. It's not personal. It's just
now
business.
Everybody is saying that Cooper Rush he's not playing. He hasn't really played any like dominant teams.
No, and I want to see him play a good team. I think that will determine what do you do
play
with that.
Whatever is on the schedule in front of you, you play it. Play the
So
team.
Chargers beat the Texans 34-24. I mean, we saw that coming. I think
Herbert went off, bro. He went off.
He came back.
He came back. He
clearly came back. Herbert was 27 of 39, 340 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Eckler had 13 carries for 60 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns as well. But the biggest, you see who the favorite was with the catches?
Mike Williams.
120 yards on 7 catches. Holy crap.
He caught a 50-yard long pass. But hey, another person that helped me out on my fantasy league was Pierce, the Houston running back, 131 yards, 1 TD. He ran a 75 yards, folks. TD.
All right, so we got the next one. Let's see, Titans at the Colts. Titans won that 24-17. Mm-hmm. Indy they couldn't do anything. They didn't get it together because they were down 24-10 at halftime, and then got that one touchdown in the third.
Jonathan Taylor went 20 carries, 42 yards, 2.1 average, folks.
That's
Vet could run more than that, folks.
And I've got partially, both my knees have been I've got partially replaced kneecaps, and I could probably still get better yards than that.
Yeah, I mean,
but I will say, even though Jonathan Taylor ran like my grandmother, who's been dead for a long time, thank God there was somebody running the ball, because Derrick Henry.
Welcome back, Henry. Where you been, brother?
Derrick Henry said, "Jonathan who?" Because he finished the game 22 carries, 114 yards, 1 touchdown, and averaging 5.2
receiving too, folks. He also received 3 catches, 33 yards. So,
I mean, Tannehill did have to be like, hey, this is what I think is hilarious. So Ryan Tannehill had 5 carries for 9 yards. His average was almost as good as Jonathan Taylor's. Not quite there, but he peaked at 1.8 yards for an average carry. So he's almost as good as Jonathan Taylor. So Ryan Tannehill could clearly be a running back for the Colts.
Now on the other side, though, Matt Ryan, 356 yards passing, average 9.6, average 2 TDs, 1 interception.
He just spread the ball. There wasn't a standout receiver, in my opinion.
No, he was passing around.
He's the thing that surprises me, though. If you look, though, between the Colts and the Titans, you can see where the difference was, because the Titans only threw to 4 people. Right. There are only 4 receivers. Derrick Henry, who's not even a receiver. You had Robert Woods had 4 catches, 30 yards in the touchdown, and then Dontrell Hilliard and Austin Hooper. That was all they were throwing the ball to.
But here's the thing. Matt Ryan, 2 fumbles, 1 loss. Jonathan Taylor, fumble, that was lost. That's gonna kill you, folks.
Dude, you cannot win games when you're doing that.
No.
Chase McLaughlin was 1 for 2 on field goals. But yeah, you can't win games when you're losing the ball. You're giving up with turnovers is the best way to kill your team's momentum or force your team to lose. Shout outs to the Giants, because honestly, I am not a fan of Danny Dimes. I have been very critical of him, but the Giants are 3-1, and my team is garbage. So
excuse
I don't know what's going on there.
Excuse me, but shout out to my man Saquon Barkley, 146 yards.
That's why
rushing.
That is why.
DJ was running too. He had 68 yards.
But yeah, and the 2 rushing touchdowns. The guy that's not the running back, but the thing is, this is what I don't like with Danny running the ball. He doesn't slide. He just fucking puts the ball, tucks. He runs like a running back. And I remember a former quarterback that did the same thing back in the 90s and ended his career early because he had one too many concussions.
Well,
now he's just
Josh Allen scares me too, though, when he runs.
Well, Allen's a little bit bigger. Danny looks like
bigger.
Yeah, he is way bigger. Danny, if the right person hit him, would snap him like a twig compared to Allen. But Daniel Jones runs the ball like Steve Young used to. And we all know how that. But Steve Young also looked like he could be a running back. But you have to slide, dude. I get but the running game that he's putting up this year, where the hell was that last season?
Hey, he's been. I'm not gonna get hit. I'm gonna run. I'm not gonna let these guys. Hey,
maybe he was watching Lamar Jackson tape. I don't know, and some of these others, but clearly it's helping him because, if the pocket collapses, you don't just sit there and get smothered like other quarterbacks like Cincinnati or every quarterback that's with Carolina.
I just think that's what the quarterback supposed to do in these days and time is run, just run. If you see the pocket, or not the pocket, but you see a hole, you see it's open, run through it, run.
I mean, at this point, it's almost like the running game has even with the quarterbacks, the running game is clearly the standard now. Whether it's a running back, it's your receiver, it's tight end, or hell, your quarterback. Somebody's your running game is the factor at this point. I mean, there are teams that still refuse to do that, Jaguars and Eagles, I was rooting for the Jaguars on that one. And that, honestly,
who did I pick? I picked the Eagles, right? I picked the Eagles.
Yeah, we both did. But you know what? Props to the Jag, though. They made it a contest. I mean, yes, they were up. Yes, they started off strong, 14-0. They allowed 20 unanswered points. Not the best, not the smartest thing to do. But it wasn't like a straight up blowout like the Eagles have had. Yes, I understand the Eagles are 4-0, FU, but they have a damn good quarterback. And I'm not going to hop on that bandwagon or anything, but Jalen Hurts is no joke. He's not to be.
I mean, if you just look at this, the rushing, they did 71 total. If you look at Philadelphia's rushing, they did
Miles
210.
Sanders. Well, look, Miles Sanders had 27 carries. Folks, let that sink in because this is a pass-happy league, which we know is bullshit now. This is not a pass-happy league. And I said this at the beginning of the season. And our first episode, I said, when we were deciding, are the Eagles going to be where we think teams will go? I said the Eagles are going to be at the top. Because we saw this last year at the second half of the season, the Eagles' running game came alive, and they were winning consistently every game, almost. They had their losses, but their running game was like, where the hell was that all season? Right. And that running game from last year is still churning, and they are going to be. I think I'm going to go out on a limb right now and say that they are the favorite for the NFC East.
Oh, most definitely.
I think at this stage,
who's there?
The only one that I think could potentially, unless they self-destruct, the ranking for the NFC East is good. It's Eagles, Giants, Dallas, and Washington at the bottom. Washington's going to stay there. They don't even at this point they don't even deserve to be on the list, but I have to put them there. But Dallas is going to be down third. The Giants they're finding ways to win. So I have to give them credit where credit is due. But the Eagles are clearly the favorites to win that division. I think they could go pretty. If they stayed this way, they could go pretty deep in the playoffs. I'm not going to say that they're Super Bowl they're a favorite to go to the Super Bowl yet, because I don't know how they're going to do. But they clearly are on one hell of a hot streak. And if Jalen can stay healthy and can stay consistent in the running game, if the running game stays like that and their defense stays working, they are going to be a very tough team to beat.
Shout out to Doug Peterson. He did take the Eagles to the Super Bowl, and the crowd gave him a really warm welcome when he was on the field. I thought that was cool.
Yeah. Well, and look at the difference with Trevor Lawrence. One season makes. It's like night. That's like we saw. Because we saw a different Trevor Lawrence last year compared to this year.
Right.
So yeah, I think the Jaguars. I don't think that they will be playoff caliber this year, but they are going to be by next season. I could see them getting there. They will get there within the next 2 seasons. They could easily get themselves back into a playoff caliber team.
It's still early, folks.
It is. It's
still early. We're just
we're
doing
basing stuff right now.
We're just basing what's going on now.
Jets and the Steelers. I called that it was going to be Pickett time. I said that last week that Pickett was going to get put in. It was only a matter of time, and now they've already announced Pickett's starting. He's starting the next week 5. So I think that it's Trubisky's time, and he's just going to be the backup there, unless if Pickett falters, which I just don't see. If you put him in and then you take him out later, give him a week or 2 as the starter and then pull him out.
Don't excuse the pun, but Pickett got picked 3 times.
Yes, so I know he did. That killed. I don't even know what to say anymore because the Jets are 2-2, and I get it. We're only at week 5, but still, let that part sink in. The fact that the Jets are 2-2, because I don't know how many people off of last year would have thought at this point that the Jets would be sitting at 2-2, and the Giants and Eagles would be at the top of the league in the NFC East. Because I sure as hell wouldn't have seen that one coming. Let's see. So we got we did that one, we did that. Cardinals Panthers. Cardinals won that one 26-16.
Murray showed up.
Yep, again.
Showed up.
I'm gonna try to get through because we got.
He's finally studying, folks. He's finally studying.
Packers won. They barely won, I should say. They still won, and a win is a win. It doesn't matter how you do it, you still win. But they won 27-24, so that was a close game. Except the Patriots. I don't who they got at quarterback now. I mean, whoever it is does.
Hoyer, Brian and Bailey.
Yeah, Barnum and Bailey. So
ouch.
Raiders got their first win. Shout out to the Raiders. The Raiders got their first win. 32-23 over the Broncos.
They lost. The Denver lost their running back, lost their stud.
Yep. So the Chiefs won 41-31 over the Bucks. I will say Brady did get them to come back, but it wasn't enough. They were down too far,
bro. Did you see? I want you to look in the rushing column.
Let me see if they allow me to see the stats for this one. Okay, we got it here. So Brady 39-52, 385, 3 touchdowns. Did anybody run the ball? Nobody ran the ball. Wait. Yeah, somebody did. They just went the wrong direction. 3 carries. They literally lost a yard on each. Yeah. So, did anybody see? Did anybody find out how many tablets Brady broke? Because he had to have broke at least. He probably went where no one could see, and he snapped at least 3 of them, so he wouldn't get fined for the Brady. Evans,
Mike Evans.
Evans came back, bro.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Fournette couldn't run, but he sure did caught the ball. He got a touchdown. I saw that TD. I think I saw it on the red zone. It was actually
bad. So on the opposite side, Mahomes was 23-37, 249 yards, 3 touchdowns. Clyde Edwards, 92 yards, 19 carries and a touchdown. But let's just let this sink in that Tom Brady's 45. He's going through a divorce, and he still put up almost 400 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, and no interceptions. I want to know where in the hell he found the fountain of youth. Because that should not be a thing when you are 45. I remember when the Panthers brought Vinny Testaverde at 42 out of retirement because they had no quarterbacks. They threw their punter in. He got injured. So they had nothing left. And he was terrible. What the hell? Because I would like to borrow whatever Brady's got going on there so I can fix my knees. Now, the best game of the week, I'm just kidding. It was the final game of the week, was the Niners-Rams. And the best part of that game was watching that dumbass that was running on field get laid out by the Rams.
Boy, let me tell you something. He got knocked the hell out.
Do you know how many times I rewatched that clip? Let me see if I can pull that up while you discuss.
I want to see
the Niners.
Man, let me tell you something, you idiots.
I'm gonna mute myself.
You do not bring your butt on the middle of the field because you're going to get knocked the hell out, man. Holy crap. This guy's got the can with the pink smoke flying everywhere. He got knocked. He was seeing pink birds flying around his head afterwards. And just so you know, there was another guy that tried to do it, and they got him. But the other guy, he got knocked out on the field. Don't do that, folks. Don't streak across the field. Then you get banned for life. You can never. I mean, I guess people don't go. Some people don't even go there to do the football. They just want to make a statement. There's other ways to make a statement, folks. Don't run out on the field because you're gonna get like a 250, 300-pound monster knock you out, and then you're gonna go to jail.
Okay, I got the clip. We're gonna share my screen. We're going to share the tab with the audio, so we'll just have to be quiet because we want the sound effects on. Let me make sure there it is. Add that to the screen. There we go. I will. Did it? Is it full screen?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I mean, it's the best I can do. All right, here we go. I don't know if it'll zoom in. I'm hoping it will. I think this was somebody videotaping it.
Yeah, but I mean, basically, some idiot with some pink smoke ran on the field.
Straight up dumbass.
It wasn't a 49er. It was the Rams players that knocked that guy out on his tail.
Oh, but like I said, it was a thing of beauty. And Bobby Wagner said, "Yo, I was just trying to help." Dude, you flattened that guy, and it was a thing of beauty.
Yeah.
Oh, I might have found a better one. Let me see.
Okay.
Probably. No, not there. Yeah, if you want to talk stats while I try to find this.
All right. Well, first of all, I did watch the game because that was my 49ers playing, folks. And no, I did not pick them to beat the Rams, but guess what? I did that so they could win. Because every time I pick them to win, they effing lose. So reverse psychiatry. But I am so happy. Jimmy G threw a awesome pass to Debo, and then Debo yards receiving catch after the catch. God, it was so beautiful. And then my man Jeff Wilson, man, he let me pull up right here. So Jeff Wilson Jr., 18 carries, 74 yards. He averaged 4.1. He did get a TD. He ran 32 yards. Debo 115 yards. He got a TD. He got a nice little 57 burger from Jimmy G. But then also, I do respect Cup, recognized game. Cup, 122. Tyler Higbee, shout out. He was my tight end in one of my leagues. He had 73 yards receiving. Daryl Henderson Jr. Carried 7 times, 27 yards. Yeah, rushing. You're not going to – the San Francisco defense is no joke, folks, okay?
No, it is not.
We're legit. Bosa, Warner, our boys are bad, man. I'm telling you. We got some boys.
I got it pulled up here. I got it from YouTube, thankfully.
All
right. Full screen that. That's the best I can do because it's that, but I'm going to turn the volume up. This one will zoom in.
All right.
It literally says Rams linebacker Bobby Wagner flattens the
protester.
Yeah, it was gorgeous. Here we go.
And did you see how they just got up and walked away?
They did. Here we go. Oh, I did not see that coming. I could just watch this over and over because he just got.
First of all, let me tell you where he messed up at. What did you think was gonna happen, man? You running up against the sideline with the football players with your pink smoke. What did you think was gonna happen? You think they was gonna give you a pass and let you get like going by? Man.
Yeah, I literally don't know what was going on there, but watching that was a thing of beauty. Good God, was it ever?
Idiots. Gotta do our picks.
Yeah.
Gotta do our picks.
Yep, we are at the time of the show where we rock out our picks for the week. So first up is Colts at the Broncos.
Ooh.
God bless.
Oh man, I don't like neither of these teams right now.
I know,
but I'm going with Indy. I'm going with the Colts.
Ooh.
Hopefully, Taylor, we need you to do something, man. I got you on one of my fantasy leagues.
I'm gonna go with the Broncos on that one.
Ouch! Can I ask why?
Just the way the Colts have been playing.
Well,
I ain't got no running game.
Just so you know, they lost Wilson for the year. He's gone. And they got Melvin, who fumbled not once, but twice in the last game.
Yeah. Well, you never know. Stranger things have happened. Maybe I'll be right. I'm going to guess I'm going to be wrong with that one.
Okay.
The next up, God bless. I don't know on this one. Giants at the Packers. I want to say Giants.
I'm going with.
But I know you're going Packers.
I almost want to
say. Could you imagine if the Giants roll in there to Lambeau Field and leave with a win, though?
Hey, I've seen strange stuff happen this year, man.
I'm gonna probably look like the dummy for this one, but I'm going Giants on this one.
Because you hate Aaron Rodgers, that's why. Because you hate Aaron Rodgers.
Either. I hate Aaron Rodgers, but I don't like the Giants either because they're doing better than Washington. But that might be my upset pick of the week, which is why I'm doing that. Oh, fuck. So next up is Steelers at the Bills. That's not even an.
Josh Allen is my MVP. I'm going with the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, I was going to say the exact same thing. There's no question on that. You don't bet against the Bills. Are the hot, and the Steelers are a hot mess. Next up, Chargers at the Browns. I'm going Chargers on that one. I don't think the Browns have it.
I am going with the Chargers all day, dude. Okay. Hubert's gonna have another big day. Chubb and Hunt, they're gonna eat some. They're gonna get that.
Yeah, they are. I feel bad just because they're gonna just get wiped out. Next up, Texans at the Jaguar. I'm going Jacksonville on that.
Going Jacksonville, baby. Going with Jacksonville.
All right. Yeah, Texans. Sorry, guys. Next up, Bears at the Vikings. I'm going Vikings on this. The Vikings keep finding ways to win, and the Bears are just a disaster. I mean, not like a huge disaster, but
going with Kirk Cousins, going with Cooks, going with Thielen, going with Jefferson, going with the Vikings.
Now, I will say this: the only way, the way that I foresee the Vikings losing is if Jefferson has an off game, like he did against the Eagles.
Right.
If Jefferson has an off game, then or Cook has especially if Jefferson. If Dalvin can't get the running game started and they rely heavily on Cousins, it's not going to look pretty. Then we've got the Lions at the Patriots.
I'm going to go with the Lions, man. Come on, Lions. Don't do me wrong. Going with the Lions.
I'm doing the same strictly because I don't know if how they are going to do. They don't have Mac Jones now. So, and that was a lot of reason why I stuck with them. But I think they're going to start to struggle for the foreseeable future. The next up is Seahawks at the Saints, and I'm going Seahawks on that. I think Geno's going to have another big game.
You know what? I'm gonna. This is gonna be my upset. I'm going with the New Orleans. I'm going with the Saints to beat Seattle. Yep.
Ooh, that you know what? That would actually be a pretty good upset pick.
Yep.
The next one is one I'm not. I'm kind of torn. Dolphins at the Jets, and I'm going Jets because every time that I pick the Jets have won. But I don't know how the Dolphins are going to do because I don't know how Teddy Bridgewater is going to do. Because they were hot with Tua, but they kind of shot themselves in the foot by putting him back in for a second game when he clearly should not have been.
I'm going with the Dolphins. Dolphins. Hopefully he can throw some. I mean, he don't have to throw bombs. Just get it to those Waddle or Hill and let those guys run down, get some yards from the catch, and hopefully we'll see. And don't forget you got Misiki, whatever, the tight end.
Yeah, they've got the talent to win. I'm concerned at the quarterback right now at this point. So the next up is Falcons at the Bucks. I'm going Bucks. Good God. And I'm going the Bucks because Brady's going to be pissed. He already knows the divorce stuff is out there now. He lost to the Chiefs, so he's going to come back strong. I think Evans is going to have another stellar game. I hope that they actually find a running back that knows how to run the ball.
Going with the Falcons, and the reason why, because Tom Brady's sitting there thinking, man, I hope she don't take all my money. Oh man, she's got the kids too. Oh man.
Oh God, is she going to go with that wide receiver we used to have that was doing jumping jacks in the end zone?
her bikini waxes. Her bikini waxes cost a lot of money. Brazilian wax too.
All right, next up is the Titans at the Commanders.
Tennessee.
I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
I've only picked Washington like maybe twice.
Maybe you should do what I do, man. Pick the opposite team. Maybe they'll win.
I'm not picking Washington again. There's no chance. The Titans are
going with the Titans, man.
Washington, even without Dan Snyder involved, they're still a fucking dumpster fire. And I don't even understand how that's possible.
Wow.
Changing. See, everybody said, "Oh, we're gonna get a new name, a new mascot, new logos. We'll be great. We'll wipe out all that old history and we'll start fresh." No, you're starting off the same way you did with the last team.
You had a hell of a first game. That first game was awesome.
Yeah, he's like, "Hey, look, it's me. I'm back." And then guess what? Now I'm really back. I'm back to the old Carson Wentz. I'll be on a new team next year. Who wants to sign me? Next up, 49ers at the Panthers. I'm going 49ers on that. I don't think we're
going to the bake sale, and that's
is he gonna do anything? I wonder how long it's going to be before they bench Baker Mayfield. Because they're not going to win this game. The Niners defense is going to smother him.
Well, there was. Did you hear the report? I think somebody said, "Your job is on the line, buddy. Job is on the line."
Maybe there was something to the Browns being willing to get rid of him. I mean, I don't think it should have gone the way it did. I'm not saying that, but I'm wondering: is there more to the story than we realize? Was it the only reason that Baker was so popular was because he was doing all them damn commercials? I'm assuming you're going 49ers on that one, correct? Or are you betting on the?
No. Okay. I'm going 49ers.
49ers. Next up After that is Eagles at the Cardinals. I'm going Eagles. I don't know if the Cardinals have enough to stop the hot streak that the Eagles have got going on, especially with the running game. And then you have to factor if Jalen has gets it going, you've got to deal with him and deal with the running game that is just unstoppable at this point.
But don't get it twisted. Murray could just
Murray
run.
I don't understand the logic how he finagles this shit, because when it's on the line, he just says, fuck it, I'm just going to deal with it. And he'll just run around, and then I swear to God, I think he closes his eyes and just throws it in the air, and it somehow turns into a win. And I don't know what the hell's going on there with that.
Well, just so you know, I'm going with the Eagles.
Okay.
I'm going with the green bird instead of the red bird. The red bird's going to get cooked in Arizona. It's hot in Arizona.
Next up, Cowboys at the Rams. Damn it. I want to say the Rams because they're going to bounce back from their loss. But I don't know, because Dallas's defense is unreal right now, and they've got a quarterback that is on fire. So I almost want to, but this would be the matchup to say, is Cooper Rush for real, or has he just been because he's been playing shitty teams?
Cooper, it's been a wonderful time, but guess what? You about to you know who he's getting ready to run into, don't you?
Oh, I know, and that I'm picking the Rams because they lost. They're going up against the Cowboys. They're at home, so they're going to have that home field advantage. And Donald's going to be like, "I'm hungry. What are we going to have for dinner tonight? Oh wait,
exactly.
We're going to have some. We're going to
have some Cooper Rush butt. That's what we have. Going with the Rams.
Okay. Next up, Bengals at the Ravens. Damn. Ooh. I don't know with that one. That's the Sunday night game. Is the Bengals at the Ravens? Shit. I'm gonna go Bengals. I'm going Bengals for me.
I'm going with Jamar. I'm going with the Ravens. Man, Ravens been playing great football, man.
Yeah.
This
is a hard one because I could see it go either way. So I agree. If the Bengals lose, you know what? It is what it is, because I can guarantee you it's going to be a hard fought game for both teams. And then our Monday night game.
Oh God.
The Raiders.
Come on.
At Kansas City. Kevin, wherever you are, I'm sorry, pal. Know that I have the Raiders in my heart.
I gotta give it up to Andy Reid. He said, He'll who? Patrick Mahomes is like, who's throwing to you now, Hill? Huh? Okay, man. Dude, Juju, all the running, they got
the Chiefs are doing. I'm assuming you're going Chiefs.
I'm going Chiefs,
definitely. But yeah. So what's crazy is, remember when Brady was in New England, and he would have a season where you don't know who the fuck are these receivers catching the ball. You'd have one good person, but most of the time you'd have unknowns that he would turn into superstars.
Right.
Mahomes is doing that in Kansas City now. Lately, he will just turn whoever he's thrown it to automatically is like, the moment they catch that golden ball, it's now they're a superstar. Could be their first play in the NFL. You're now a superstar officially, because he elevates the entire team. And it's
I mean, pick your poison. He could go with Travis. He could go with Marquez, Valdez. He can go with Juju. I mean, he's still got Hardman. He's got weapons. Plus, they got Pacheco and they got Clyde Edwards. Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
He's got a squad. They got a squad, dude. Now the Raiders, Josh Jacobs, where you been? Josh scored 144 yards, 2 TDs last week.
I do want to say this. The Giants-Packers game is not in Lambeau. That was my mistake. It's actually in London. Yes. So that's game 2. So do you think that it's still going to be the same outcome?
Yes.
You think that nothing will change? Okay.
No, it's going to change.
And like I said, it'll be interesting. This is a good test for the fact that the Giants are 3-1 going into this is interesting. But they've also it would be shocking to see them beat the Packers. 1, 2, it would make a statement for the Giants that they are for real. That their record's not a fluke. Leaving London at 4-1, I think that would be a hell of a statement for that team. But you've got to remember they're going up against Aaron Rodgers, and no matter how much I can't stand Aaron Rodgers, you piss him off, he finds a way. It doesn't matter because I saw that before. That a team was winning, he got on the field and literally touchdown within seconds. I was like, I almost threw something at my TV when I saw that.
Aaron Jones can run the ball, folks. They do have a running back committee as well.
Yeah.
So they could do that.
So, yeah. Well, folks, that is a wrap for us. We will be back here, same time, same place next week for going over the week 5 ending. I'm sure there's going to be some stuff to talk about. There'll be Tom Brady news. I'm hoping there won't be any Antonio Brown news or any other crazy ass ex-NFL players. But I'm sure there will be some crazy games, some outcomes that we won't expect, or some ridiculously high-scoring games, because that's just what the NFL is. But guys, we'll see you next week. Thank you for watching, everybody.
Enjoy. Sportscast!